What was Brooklyn King Radio? It was pirate radio frequency 1002.96. It was raw. It was crazy. It wasn't hood. It was neighborhood. See, if it was going down in New York City or any of the 5 boroughs, we were on it. Before there were podcasts, there was Shoutcast Radio. Before there was iTunes, there was Winamp and LimeWire. And before there was anything called the Breakfast Club, there was already a show in New York with 2 crazy guys and 1 woman keeping it all together. These are the archives of Brooklyn King Radio, the wildest show that you never heard of.
We'll start it off with the Star Trek movies, okay? Star Trek movies, there's been about 550 of them. I don't know how many of them it's been, but each one got progressively worse as time went on. The first few were good, and then the latter ones, they just started sucking, and then I don't even think they're coming out with any more of them. But when they were good, them shits was good. Star Trek, Wrath of Khan, The Search for Spock, I actually saw these things in the theater. Got the shit scared out of me too, because I was young, and that was too much for my senses. Big ass starships and people putting weird shit in people's ears and shit. You know what I'm saying? Of course, one of my favorite dude was Mr. Spock. He was the fucking man. He was always logical, always. If it didn't make sense, it just could not be done. They could be on the planet of hookers. And Mr. Spock, he'd be like, it's only logical that these women apply suction to my penis and not your penis. What are you talking about? They should be sucking my cock too. Now see, such was the beauty between Mr. Spock and Bones McCoy. That was the ship's doctor. Spock was logical, Bones was illogical. He was a nutcase, all right? So they could be on the planet of hookers, they're like, well, I can understand what you're saying, but since my penis is larger and has more girth than your penis, it is only logical that these women apply suction to my penis. And this is bullshit! And then that nigga, give that nigga that pinch. Put that nigga right to sleep and shit. That shit was worth it. That was worth it. Mr. Spock with that fucking Vulcan nerve pinch. That shit was the joint. I never even tried that shit because I knew it was bullshit. But it just looked cool. This nigga just pinch you and these niggas be out. That shit was hot. But the Star Trek movies were good.